Now, first and foremost, let's get into this headband. Like, girlsgaloreco.com. Go get you one, period, because it definitely brings the whole outfit together. And we definitely rocking Saweetie merch, period. Don't play with her, Quavo. What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, I'll give you a second to subscribe. Go ahead. No, it's okay, I'm patient. Okay, that was more than enough time. As you can see in the title, I'm gonna be doing another story time. You guys loved my last story time. Time to get into it again. Like, what's up? If y'all love it, then I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna give you what you want, period. So give me what I want. I want you to turn on that post notification, subscribe, like, comment what you want to see next, all of that. And I'm gonna remind you at the end of this video too, because I'm not playing with you. I'm not gonna keep talking, so let's get straight into it. So I can actually go on my phone and see what exact day it was, because I was making Snapchats and stuff. And if I can find a video of like the parking lot I was in, I'm gonna put it in the video. I probably won't be able to find that though, because it was a little minute ago. Okay, so I believe it was September 18th, 2020, and it was really late at night. It was like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever. If you guys don't already know, I live in the Atlanta area, and Atlanta is a very hot city for sex trafficking. I don't know if I was gonna get sex trafficked. I don't know if this is what it was, but I wasn't taking no chances because, like I said, Atlanta, yeah, you might as well call it the hub for sex trafficking, because it goes down in Atlanta, and that's not good. My boyfriend makes music or whatever. He's a rapper, so he's going to studios, making music and stuff like that. At the time, my boyfriend did not have a studio set up in the house. He didn't have a mic and all that stuff. Now he does, so he doesn't really have to go to studios and stuff, but sometimes from time to time he goes like with his partners and stuff. Sometimes he'll go with his friends to somebody's studio or to another studio or whatever. But at the time, this was before he got that stuff, so he was always going to the studio. If he wanted to make a song, he had to go to a studio. So one of his friends had a little studio situation in his dorm at Georgia State University. That's like one of the big schools that are downtown Atlanta. It was me, my boyfriend, my boyfriend's brother, my boyfriend's manager. It was all of us. So we pushed up, everything was cool, and we were in a paid parking lot that was in front of the school. So in Atlanta, there's a lot of paid parking lots. There's a lot of paid parking, period. That you won't find no free parking spots. Like, no. In front of the dorms, there's a parking lot that you have to pay. And I'm not sure if you only have to pay if you're not a student or if everybody has to pay. I'm not really sure, because I'm not a student there. We paid for the parking, and then we went inside of the dorms. When we got in the dorms, there was a security guard and there was a lady at the front desk. And the lady at the front desk was basically taking all of our IDs, taking our names and stuff. And she was like, "Are y'all all together?" And of course we were like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, I gotta tell y'all that because of COVID, we're only taking 2 extra guests for every person's dorm." So not including the guy that owns the dorm, but if you have a dorm, you can bring 2 guests with you into your dorm. No more than that. You can't bring any more than 2 people. Like I said, there were 4 of us, so if you can do the math, 2 of us had to go. So I was telling my boyfriend, like, he had a song to do with his brother. They were doing a feature together, and that's the whole point of why we were going, and I just tagged along. Plus, they've been trying to link up to do this song with each other for like a minute, but every time that my boyfriend was down to do it, his brother had something going on. Like, they had opposing schedules. So I was like, because y'all always trying to do this song, y'all can never do it, y'all should just go take care of it, get it out the way. I'll go to the car, I'll watch my little true crime videos, my murder and makeup videos, my Murder Monday video. If you know, you know. But I was just like, y'all, like, I'm cool. I can just go to the car, I'll lock the car, I'll be fine. So my boyfriend, bless his heart, he was telling me like, no, I'm not gonna do the feature. I can just do a different song. Hold on, y'all, my throat is getting dry. But yeah, he was like, I can just do the feature another day. Like, you're not going to the car by yourself. Which I should have listened to this advice instead of, you know, insisting that he goes in there and I go to the car. But I was like, no, I'm gonna be fine. I got my taser, I got my mace, I'm Gucci, like, everything is fine. So he was like, okay, text me if you need something or if something's going wrong. From the boys' dorm, you could see the parking lot and you could see my car and everything. Like, he was telling him, like, we'll be able to see her car from my dorm. Like, you can check on her whenever you need to or whatever. He was like, all right, cool. So his manager gets an Uber home. He goes home, I go to my car, and I'm chilling in the car. So as I'm chilling in the car, y'all, I'm watching my Murder Monday videos or whatever. I pull my seat all the way back. I kick up my legs and I'm chilling. Like, there's nothing to worry about. I locked my car, my front windows are tinted. What can go wrong, right? Wrong. Let me tell y'all how I parked, because this is very important. When you pull into this parking lot, there are rows of cars, and then the last row has a gate in front of it. So you pull up and you park up against the gate. That was like one of the only parking spaces that were open, so that's where we parked. I was parked up against the gate. The only thing that I could do if I wanted to leave was pull out and reverse. So just remember that, because again, that's very significant. As I'm watching my videos, I'm looking around, y'all, because you know I got anxiety. Like I always say, my anxiety is not going to allow me to mind my business, because I'm in everybody's business. I'm not just in my business.
You're in my business? So
I'm looking around, I'm looking at my surroundings, and it's okay. It's okay to be a paranoid person sometimes, because it makes you more aware of your surroundings. And that's good. So I was looking around and I peeped a man standing at the machine. And when I say the machine, I'm talking about the machine that you pay for your parking, or your little parking slip or whatever. So he's standing at the parking machine and he's not putting in his card. No, he's not putting in or punching in his, you know, information for his license plate. No, he's not putting in cash. No, he's not doing any of that. He's just standing there, literally standing like this. And I couldn't see his face because like I could see his back, but I could see his hands were just by his sides. He wasn't doing anything but standing there like a statue. So I was like, okay, this is weird. But in Atlanta, there's a lot of crackheads, there's a lot of homeless people, there's just a lot of people that be on some nut shit, like in the middle of the street, anywhere. You'll see crackheads at the nicest hotels. Like there are crackheads and shit everywhere. I'm not even trying to be funny. So I was like, okay, maybe he's just a little, like maybe he's off something, because people be off a bean in Atlanta. So I was like, okay, if that's what he wants to do, but I mean, he's not hurting me. He's not even looking at me. So I'm gonna just, you know, continue watching my video and minding my business. I'm watching my video and an advertisement comes up or something that takes my attention away from the video, and I'm looking around and he's not there anymore. So I'm like, okay, he left the parking lot, that's good. He found something else to go do. He found somewhere else to go stand like a statue. So I'm like, okay, we good. So I keep watching my video. About 10 to 15 minutes pass by and I'm looking around and I see him again. So the way, like I said, I'm parked up against the gate. It's like you can see through the gate. It's like a chain gate. On the side of the gate, you can't leave. Like it's a gate on the front and on the side of the car where I was parked, and then the little opening is like, girl, what the fuck is you talking about? Between the gates that you pull into the parking lot. So on the side, I can see that he's standing on the street. So he's just standing on the street, but he's looking at me now. Like he's just staring at me. He was looking at me and I was looking at him, and we was thinking. We were just staring at each other, and I was like, wait a minute. Clearly this man is on some nut shit, and girl, you not cut like that, so why are you staring at him? Okay, because he could be crazy. He could be trying to do something to you, so why are you looking at him like that? We not the same. I'm crazy, but we not the same type of crazy. So I stopped looking at him. I'm like, y'all, like, let me look at my phone, like.
I'm in danger.
Let me stop looking at him. So I'm looking at my phone and I'm trying to ignore it. I'm trying to mind my business, as I should have been doing in the first place. So I'm looking at my video or whatever, and he starts walking back to the parking lot. So he just stands in the parking lot and he's just like looking at me from another place in the parking lot. It's like he's choosing different places to stand to look at me. I don't know if he's looking at me through like the back or what he's doing, but he's facing my car. He's looking directly at my car, and he's just standing there next to a car. And then all of a sudden he starts walking behind my car. So he's walking back and forth behind my car. And I'm not talking like pacing like nervously back and forth, like he's just walking like a stroll in the park, walking back and forth behind my car. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So I text my boyfriend, and my boyfriend was in the zone, y'all. Like he was not, like, I guess because he could see my car from where he was at, and he could see that my lights were on and stuff, like he probably thought I was fine. So he wasn't really checking his messages like he should have been, but I was texting him like, can you come out here and check on me? I didn't think I was gonna die or anything, so I wasn't like, come out here right now. I was just like, babe, can you come out here, because I feel a little uncomfortable. But he wasn't reading the messages or anything. So this man is walking back and forth, and then all of a sudden he starts pretending like he's on the phone. And y'all, if you have an iPhone and your brightness is turned up, you can see what people are doing. So just like if I'm like this, you can see that I'm on my home screen. This is not a phone call. So he's like this, walking back and forth, and I can clearly see that he's not on the phone. I can see his whole home screen, and he's pretending to be on the phone. I think he realizes that I can see his home screen, because he looks at his phone, and then he like starts acting like he's typing and shit. And then y'all, he starts staring at my license plate number. He's looking down at my car where my license plate is, and he's typing and stuff. I'm not gonna reach and say he was typing my license plate number, but maybe he was trying to make me think he was. I don't know. He was typing and he was looking back and forth on my license plate number and then looking back at me, like looking up and then looking back at my license plate and then typing again. I'm starting to get uncomfortable. I'm starting to move my seat up and like I'm getting ready to turn on my car. So this man gets in a car. So this whole time he's standing on the street, he's standing at the machine, he's standing in the parking lot. This man has a car. He gets in his car and he turns it on, he rolls down his window and he's staring at me. He's staring at me some more, y'all. Maybe he thought I was his ex-girlfriend or something. Maybe he thought I was a different person, but he was staring at me like he had a problem, like he got beef. So I start to move my seat forward because like I said, I moved my seat all the way back. I kicked up, I was relaxing watching my video. And I'm a short girl, so my feet, they're not gonna reach the gas pedal if I pull my seat back. So I'm pulling my seat forward so I can start, you know, getting ready to book it, because this is not happening. I'm out of here. I'm adjusting my seat, not so I can be comfortable, but so I can literally like drive. I turn on my car, and before my seat gets pulled all the way up, this man loops around, fast as hell, loops around and hits like 2 cars and pulls up behind my car. Yeah, and like I told you, I'm pulled up against a gate. So the only thing I can do to get out of this situation is pull backwards. And this man pulls his big, I didn't even say what kind of car it was. It's an Escalade, a big black Escalade. He pulls right behind my car. So what am I finna do now, right? What am I finna do? So he's just sitting there. He doesn't get out the car. He doesn't run up to my window, nothing. He's just sitting there blocking off my car. And what I'm thinking is maybe he's having backup or like having somebody come pull up so that they can both come get me or something. I don't know what's happening. I'm thinking the worst right now. So I'm calling my boyfriend. I'm like, oh my God. Finally, my boyfriend answers. And y'all, I don't know what would have happened if he didn't. But my boyfriend and his brother run outside into the parking lot. And all of a sudden, the guy in the Escalade pulls off. He's knocking more cars on the way out, like he's skirting out of there, and he hits like a pickup truck, like the back of a pickup truck. He hits another car, he hits a van. He's knocking people's cars, y'all, and he skirts out of the parking lot. So my boyfriend and his brother run up to my car and they're like, what's going on, what's wrong, what's wrong? And I'm like, this man, I start crying, y'all. This man has been standing out here making me feel weird, and then he blocked me off when he saw that I was finna drive, blah blah blah. And I'm explaining to them. My boyfriend's like, oh, bet. So he tells me to get in the back seat. I get in the back seat. He hops in the driver's seat. His brother hops in the front seat. And they start driving, y'all. I don't know why they didn't just call the police, but you know how niggas are. Like, they're like, no, we finna go find him. My boyfriend pulls off. He skirts out of there like, skirt, boom. That nigga rips out of that damn parking lot. Cause my baby, he a whipper. He's driving up the street. He's going up the street that's right next to the parking lot. He's turning the next street, He's like looking with the windows down, cause I got tinted windows. He's like looking for an Escalade, y'all. He's going bananas, like he's looking for this man. And I'm just sitting in the back seat like, can we just call the police and report what happened? And he's like, no, because he didn't really do nothing to you. And I'm like, but he just hit like 5 people's car, so we can report it. He's probably got some damage to his car. I did end up calling the police and reporting that it was a big Escalade, knocked off people's cars and stuff. And I think they had surveillance in that little parking lot, so I didn't really call back and check up on the situation. Maybe he got caught, maybe he didn't, but y'all, I don't know what was gonna happen to me. But like I said, Atlanta has a lot of sex trafficking going on, so I was like, y'all, I was so blessed and relieved that nothing happened to me, y'all. But yeah, that's the end of this story, y'all. I know it was a pretty short story because nothing really transpired after that, but the main point of me telling the story was to spread awareness, because if you're young, if you're a girl, and even if you're not, if you're young and you're in the city, especially like high populated cities like Atlanta or cities in New York and stuff, you got to be especially careful. You should be careful everywhere you go. You should be careful and aware of your surroundings everywhere you go, but especially in those cities, y'all. You got to be careful because people are crazy. They don't care. That mace, that taser probably wouldn't have protected me much. If you guys like this story time and you want another story time, go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe. Comment a video that you want to see next. Turn on post notifications so you won't miss the post, because I do have a couple vlogs coming out for y'all. I'm out this bitch.